morning, everyone. My name is Kate. So today we'll get started in about 2 minutes. You're going to want either 2 yoga blocks, or if you don't have blocks, that's okay. Maybe grab 2 books, anything else that'll give you a little bit of height. And then also you'll need something that's sort of like a strap. So I don't actually have a strap. I just use this kind of like TheraBand thing. So grab something, 2 blocks, 1 strap, maybe a towel if you have sensitive knees, and then we'll get going in about a minute. All right, everyone, good morning. It looks like it's 8 a.m., so we'll get started. Let me just check in and see. Okay. All right, everyone, good morning. Happy Tuesday. My name is Kate. I normally teach yoga at Earth Tracks Columbia, so I'm super excited to be here with you guys. Today will be a 50-minute Vinyasa class, level 2. So there may be some things that maybe feel a little bit challenging. If they do, you can ease off a little bit. I try to give as many modifications as I can. Or maybe there's something that you're not feeling challenged enough where you can make it a little bit more challenging for yourself if you know a different variation. So we're going to get started on our seat today just with a little bit of breathing, a little bit of twisting. So if you have a block, you can go ahead and place it underneath your bum and sit crisscross applesauce, or you can even come to your shins if you want a little bit more activation in your legs. If you don't have a block, that's okay. Just go ahead and grab a pillow. As I mentioned earlier, you'll want 2 blocks, or 2 books, something to give you a little bit of height, and then also something that resembles a strap. So if you don't have a strap, maybe like a little workout band, maybe a belt, t-shirt, anything that you have around you. Alrighty, so let's kind of get grounded here. Let's place our hands on tops of our thighs. Let's sit up really, really tall today. Pretend like someone has a string attached to the top of your head and is making you grow nice and high. And then just go ahead and close the eyes here. We'll start with some breathing. Big inhale through our nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. And we'll do 2 more just like that. Inhaling through the nose. And then out through the mouth. The last one, inhale through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Good. We're going to start to connect the movement here with the breath. So keeping those eyes closed, we'll take a nice big inhale. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Inhale, press the palms together. Exhale, let the hands come down through the heart. Good. Let's keep moving. Inhale, reach those hands up towards the sky. Press the palms together above the head. Exhale, hands come down through the heart. Last one, biggest inhale, reach, get nice and tall. And then exhale, take the hands through heart center and breathe. Good, let the thumbs gently graze the heart as a reminder to sit up nice and tall. Take 1 more moment here. And then go ahead and blink those eyes open. We're gonna add a little bit of a twist here. So your left hand is gonna come to your right knee. Right hand comes behind your bum. You'll sit up nice and tall. It's okay if that right hand doesn't touch the floor. And then start to twist. Look over that right shoulder. So twisting all the way through the spine here. Tailbone all the way up to the neck. And then come back to center, hands to the heart. We're going to twist the opposite direction. Right hand, left knee, sitting up nice and tall. Twist, gaze over the left shoulder this time. And back to center. One more each side. Left hand, right knee, twist. Look over that right shoulder. Remember, sit up nice and tall. Working on our posture here. And then back towards center. And then twist. Right hand, left knee. Look over that left shoulder. And then back towards center. Nice work, everyone. So come all the way off that block or off that pillow. We're going to meet in tabletop, hands and knees. If you do have blocks, let's just set them up by the top of your mat so that they're ready to go if you need them. And then for tabletop pose, you're going to stack your shoulders directly over your wrist. Your hips are directly over your knees, and your knees should be hips width distance apart. From here, start to spread the fingers wide. Press the hands into the floor. A few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, let your belly drop down. We're going to gaze up towards the sky, cow pose. Exhale, push the floor away, round your spine. Look at your belly button for cat. Inhale, belly drops down, gaze comes up, cow. Exhale, push the floor away, round the spine for cat. Inhale, last round, belly drops down, gaze comes up, cow pose. Exhale, push the floor away around that spine. And then finding a neutral spine here. Reach those right fingertips straight up towards the sky. And then take the right hand underneath the left arm, bringing that right ear to the mat. Good. Stay here. Feel that right ear touching the floor. A little bit of a shoulder stretch. Try to keep the hips stacked directly over the knees here. Both feet touching the floor. 3, 2, 1. Start to really press firmly with that left hand. The right arm will reach straight back up towards the sky. And then take the right hand back down towards the floor. Other side. Reach the left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Left arm comes underneath the right. Left ear comes to the mat. Thread the needle pose. Holding. Nice work, everyone. Press your right palm back down into the floor. Lift the left arm straight up towards the sky. Take a nice big stretch. And then left hand comes down. Good. Wiggle it out just a little bit. Move the hips left and right. And then we're going to flip those toes under. Good. So not going to downward facing dog yet. Start to hover the knees about 2 inches off the floor. Really start to suck your low belly in. And then press more firmly with the hands. Good. Hold here. If you want a little bit of a challenge, if you want to build a little bit of a sweat, maybe lift and hover the right foot off the floor. 5, 4, 3, you got this. 2, 1, right foot down. Lift the left foot up for 5, 4, strong arms. 2, 1, left foot down. Now lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Take a downward facing dog and you can pedal it out. Bend your knees left and right. Maybe wiggle your hips. We're going to get a break on those arms soon, so hang in there, but you can always take a child's pose if you need it. And then let's find some stillness in our downward facing dog today. So focusing on the feet first, our feet should be hips width distance apart. Slight bend of the knees here so that the tailbone can lift a little bit higher. Then start to bring your belly towards the thighs. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press the floor away. And then maybe starting to work the heels down towards the floor. It's okay if the heels aren't touching. No problem there. Bring the gaze up to your fingertips. Slowly tiptoe the feet all the way to the top of your mat. Once you're at the top, let those toes touch, heels an inch apart. And then take a big inhale as you bring your hands to your shins. Make a flat spine so it should look like someone can hold a nice teacup on your back. Good. Hold here as you inhale. And then exhale, we'll forward fold. Bring those thighs to the knees. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins, straight back. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. This time we're going to reach our arms out and up. Press our palms together above our head. Maybe take a little mini back bend here. And then take the hands through heart center. And then down by our side. We're going to make our way through 2 sun salutations. Inhale, take a big reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Hands come to your shins. Exhale, place the hands on the floor. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back, high plank. From here, you can always do all the way down to your belly, or we're chaturanga, half push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gaze comes to your hands. Step your left foot up. Step your right foot up. Inhale, take that halfway lift. Lean forward on the toes. Exhale, forward fold. And then reach those hands all the way up towards the sky. Nice big stretch. Hands through heart center and down by our hips. We're going to do one more just like that. That's called Sun Salutation A. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, plant the hands onto the earth. This time, step your left foot back, step your right foot back, high plank. From here, chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. See if you can find stillness in this downward facing dog. Those inner thighs should be spinning up towards the ceiling here. Inner rotation almost. It gives a little bit more stretch in the backs of the legs. And then those outer upper arms, you want to try to see if you can point them down towards the floor to help move the shoulders away from the ears. Just one more breath here, guys. You got this. Bring the gaze up to your hands. Step your right foot to the top of the mat, left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. And then reach those arms straight up towards the sky. Press your palms together above your head. Take your hands down through the heart and then down by your side. Good. Take your hands to your hips. You can either jump or step the feet hips width distance apart. And then from here, we're going to sit down to chair pose, Utkatasana. So we're working to have even weight in the toes and the heels. We don't want to lean too far back or lean too far forward. We want kind of right in the middle there. And then lift the heart up just a little bit higher. Starting to feel a little bit of working and burn in our thighs. Take our hands somewhere at center. Good. See if you can sit a little bit deeper. Suck that low belly in. Lift the chest up. And then we're at a twist. Right hand comes forward. Left arm comes back. Open twist. Hold. And then back towards center. Twist the other way. Left hand forward. Right arm back. Twist. Back to center. Good. Take a forward fold. Oh, that should feel good. Grab opposite elbow. Sway a little bit left and right for ragdoll. Really just helping the neck relax a little bit here. Let the crown of the head fall towards the floor. Nice stretch using gravity. Beautiful. Take the hands to the floor and then just walk it back to high plank pose. From this high plank pose, we're going to zip our toes together, take our right hand underneath our nose, left arm reaches straight up towards the sky for plank pose, Vashisthasana. You can always drop the right knee down to the floor if you need a modification here, or if you want a little bit more, you'll lift those hips up a little bit higher. See if you can reach those left fingertips towards the front of your mat. Good. Spin the chest up towards the sky, maybe hover the left foot off the earth. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Left foot will come down. Right arm reaches up first. Good. Left hand comes down. Holds high plank. And we're going to do the other side. Left hand comes underneath the nose. Right arm reaches straight up towards the sky. Holds here. Reach the fingertips towards the front of your mat. And then maybe hover right foot off the earth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down. Right arm up. And then right hand comes to the floor. High plank. Good. Make those feet hips width distance apart now. And then lift the tailbone up towards the sky for downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through your nose. And then blow some air out of the mouth. From here, 3-legged dog. Reach your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Right heel's reaching towards the sky. Right toes pointing down towards the floor. From here, take your right knee to your nose, touch, and then step the right foot in between the hands. From here, left heel spins down towards the floor. Now, pay close attention to the heels here. You want the right heel in line with that left heel, and then take the hands to the hips, slowly rise up. Keep a bend in that right knee. Reach the arms straight up towards the sky, warrior one pose. For warrior one, we want to try to make that right thigh parallel to the floor. We want to try to lift up for our rib cage, but relax our shoulders. Take a look down at the right big toe. Make sure you can still see it. You don't want the right knee caving in too much or out too much. You want to stack directly over that right ankle. 2 more breaths here. Final breath, you guys got this. Take both hands to your hips. Straighten your right leg and then move that right foot towards the center of your mat a little bit more. So now that right heel is on line with that left inner arch. Then turn your hips over towards the left side of your mat. Open the arms over the legs and bend deeply into the right knee for warrior two. And then again here, we're trying to make the right thigh parallel to the floor with your right knee stacking over your right ankle. Warrior two. Really reach those fingertips away from one another. Feel the stretch in your arms. And then keeping your right knee bent, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Stay reversed, but straighten your right leg, moving towards triangle pose. You're going to start to reach the right fingertips forward towards the top of your mat. Right hand comes to the shin, the floor, or a block. Then the left arm goes straight up towards the sky. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Really spread the fingers wide on that left hand. And then see if you can stack the left shoulder directly on top of the right. You want to pretend like someone's squeezing you in between 2 walls or 2 panes of glass. Hold here. Maybe the gaze is up at the left thumb. If that's not okay on the neck, you can always bring the gaze down towards the right big toe. Notice what feels good for your body. And then take a slight bend of that right knee. Come all the way back up to warrior two. Sink down into warrior two for just a moment. And then take your hands to your hips again, straighten your right leg, turn those toes in into 5-pointed star. Good, even out the legs, make sure the heels are in line with one another, and then let the arms come out to the side. Also, tuck that booty down. You don't want to make the booty go out yet. Tuck the booty down, lift the heart up, and then start to forward fold from the hip crease. Good, try to keep a flat spine. Keep the arms out to the side. Forward folding with wide legs. Your peace fingers are going to wrap around your big toes. Thumbs should touch those peace fingers. Then from here, rock quite a bit of weight into the toes. Inhale as you halfway lift straight back, and then exhale, forward fold. Let the elbows come out to the side, crown of the head touching down towards the floor. See if you can move the shoulders away from the ears. You don't want to let the traps fall into the ears. You're pulling away from the earth with the arms. Take one more breath. Keep your hands where they are, and then just inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift, slight bend of your knees, take your hands to your hips, and then rise all the way up. Nice work, everyone. Turn your right toes forward, slide your left heel back. Let's find that warrior two so we can make our way towards extended side angle. And this warrior two, just bring the gaze over your right middle finger. Pause here, relax the shoulders, suck that low belly in. And then flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Good. For extended side angle, your right hand is going to come to the inside of that right thigh, and then the left arm is going to reach straight up towards the ceiling. Now, the right hand might not make it down to the floor. That's totally okay. You can take a block, or you can take right forearm on top of that right thigh. Whatever feels good for you. The left arm is going to stay straight up towards the ceiling here. Extended side angle. You want to make sure the right knee is touching the outside of that right arm. You don't want to let the right knee cave too far in or too far out. Then point that left thumb towards the back of the room, and then left arm comes behind our low back. Good. See if you can wiggle those left fingertips to touch that right inner thigh. And then keep stacking left shoulder on top of the right. Good. So we're going to stay here for now, and then we're going to play with this a little bit more in a few minutes. Reach the left arm straight back up towards the ceiling, and then make your way back up to warrior two. Beautiful, you guys. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, and then windmill the hands down to frame that right foot this time. Spin your left heel up towards the ceiling, and then let the left knee drop down to the mat. We're going to work towards half split. We did a lot on that right thigh, so we're going to give it a nice little stretch. Go ahead and straighten your right foot. Make sure left hip is stacked directly over the left knee, and make sure those right toes are flexing back towards the face. From here, keep a nice straight spine. Suck your low belly in. Maybe you have those blocks ready to go. We're going to start to forward fold at the hip crease. See if you can keep pushing that right hip towards the back of your mat. Scissoring motion in between your legs. Maybe you can drop the blocks and bring the hands to the floor. And you're always encouraged to keep a slight bend in that right knee to protect the right hamstring. Half split. Stay here for a few more seconds. For some of us, this pose feels really good. For some of us, this pose is not fun at all. So make it what you need to make it here. And then rise up halfway. This time you're going to stamp that right foot into the floor. So now our right knee is stacking over our right ankle. And we want to make sure that the feet aren't in a straight line like we're on a balance beam. Let's give our legs and our hips a little bit of space. So work the right foot over towards the right side of your mat just a little bit. And then start to press the hips forward. Maybe even taking your hands on tops of that right thigh and then press the hips forward. Should feel a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. And then reach the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big stretch. Good. Hands will frame that right foot. Flip those left toes under. Straighten your left back leg. And then step your right foot back. Yogi's choice. You can go straight to down dog. Or you can take your vinyasa all the way to downward facing dog. And then we're going to work towards our other side. Take a big inhale through your nose, and then sigh it out through the mouth. Awesome, other side. The left foot reaches up towards the ceiling this time. Left toes point down towards the floor. See if you can lift that left heel a little bit higher. Nice big stretch. And then take the left knee to the nose, touch. Step the left foot in between the hands. Right heel spins down this time. And again, we want to line up those heels. So left heel in line with the right heel. Then come to your fingertips, start to reach the heart forward. Take the hands to the hips and rise all the way up. Good. Reach those arms up, coming into warrior one pose. Take a look. Make sure you can still see that left big toe, reminding you that the left knee needs to stack over the left ankle. And then start to lift up through the rib cage, but relax the shoulders. And don't forget about our back right knee here. You don't want it to bend in. You want to keep it nice and straight. 3, 2, 1. Take your hands to your hips, moving on to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Move the left foot in towards the center of your mat just a little bit more, and then open the hips now towards the right side of your mat. Slide the right heel back just a little bit more so that it's turned in 45 degrees, and then stack the arms over the legs. From here, start to bend deeply into the left knee. Stack that left thigh parallel to the floor. Relax the shoulders. Is your low belly in? Suck it in. And then finally bring the gaze over that left middle finger. Hold this warrior two. Let it feel strong and stable. And then go ahead and flip that left palm. Reverse your warrior. Stay reversed and straighten that left leg. Triangle pose. Left fingertips reach towards the front of your mat. Kick that right hip back. And then left hand comes to the shin, the floor, or a block. Right arm straight up towards the sky. Spread the fingers wide on the right hand, giving and receiving energy. Spin the chest up towards the sky. And then pretend like someone has you squeezed in between two walls here. You don't want your tushy sticking out too far or coming too far forward. Nice straight line. Really press through that left big toe. 3, 2, keep breathing here. 1, the right arm brings you all the way back up. Bend into that warrior 2 pose just for a moment. And then take your hands to your hips, straighten the right leg, turn those left toes in, coming into 5-pointed star. Even out the legs a little bit. Sometimes you have to bring the legs a little bit closer. A good measurement is if you stick your arms out, look at your wrist, the ankle should be directly under the wrist. Good. From there, tuck that tailbone under, lift the chest up, nice strong body, and then start to forward fold at the hip crease again. This time our hands are gonna come underneath our shoulders. We're gonna rock more weight into our toes, and then we're gonna start to walk the heels of the hands back in line with the heels of the feet, bringing the crown of the head towards the floor. Again, moving those shoulders away from the ears. Wide-legged forward fold. See if you can rock a little bit more weight into the toes and reach the crown of the head towards the floor just a little bit more. Sometimes we like to hold our breath when we go upside down, but we want to make sure we're breathing here. So try to deepen the breath. And then inhale, take a halfway lift. Hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. Slight bend of your knees. Take your hands to your hips. Rise all the way back up. Good, everyone. Let's make our way back to warrior 2. Turn those left toes forward. Slide right heel back. Warrior 2. Relax shoulders, flip left palm, reverse. Extended side angle. Left hand comes to the inside of that left foot. Or maybe it's just up here, or maybe left hand's on a block. And then reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Good, this is sort of like triangle pose. We want to make sure our booty's not going out too far or our chest isn't dipping down. We want to spin the chest up towards the sky and then pretend like someone's squeezing our body in between a pane of glass. From here, right thumb points towards the back of the room, and then take the right hand behind the low back. Stay here, see if you can stack that right shoulder on top of the left. If it's too much for the neck to look up at the ceiling, that's okay. You can look down at the left big toe. Just 2 more breaths. Keep breathing. Keep that left knee bent. And then reach the right arm straight up towards the sky. Come back up, warrior 2. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. And then windmill the hands down to frame that left foot. Right heel spins up towards the sky. Drop the right knee down to the floor. Time to get a nice little break on that left thigh. So straighten the left leg. Stack that booty underneath the right knee. Lift the chest up nice and high. Maybe you have your blocks ready to go. Half split. Start to keep folding at the hip crease. Hands can come down to the floor or the blocks. Reach the crown of the head towards the tippy toes. And then notice what your body does here. So maybe this is really uncomfortable for you. Maybe you're starting to clench the jaw or kind of grind your teeth. See if you can relax any facial expressions you have. Maybe the belly is starting to tighten and contract. Can you loosen a little bit there? And then where can you deepen and elongate the breaths? Inhaling for a count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 4. One more moment here. Come up onto the fingertips, lift the chest up, start to walk the hands back in. This time stacking that left knee on top of that left ankle. Remember to give your hips a little bit of space. This is so that we don't tip over. And then start to press the hips forward. Walk those hands up onto the left thigh. Really press the hips. Feel the stretch in that right hip flexor. It should feel really good this morning. And then reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Crescent lunge. And then hands come down to the floor. Frame that left foot. Reach those right toes under, straighten the right back leg, and then step the left foot back. Yogi's choice again. You can vinyasa through or straight to down dog. And then we have one more little sequence to go before we come all the way down onto our bellies and our backs and our bums. From this downward facing dog, big inhale through your nose, and then side out through the mouth. Bring the gaze up towards your hands. You can either step, jump, or float to the top of the mat. And then once you're to the top of the mat, just keep those feet hips width distance apart. From here, take your halfway lift straight back, and then exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. From the forward fold, you're going to sit the bum down, coming into chair pose. And then take the hands to heart center. Really sit the hips low. We're going to bring a little bit of a challenge here. You're going to start to bring all the weight into that right foot. Start to lift the left heel off the floor. Bring even more weight into the right foot, and then lift and hover the left foot off the earth. Step the left foot back, coming into high lunge. Nice. We're going to add that twist. So the left hand's going to come forward. Right hand comes back, twist. Sweep both arms back up towards the sky. And then take the hands down to frame that right foot. Left foot is going to come down towards the floor. So we're going to set our feet up for warrior two. Again, you want that right heel in line with the left inner arch. Think about squeezing that right butt cheek down. And then windmill up warrior two. Let's give our right thigh a break. Straighten the right leg just for a moment. Reach the hands above the head. And then bend back down into the right knee. Two more. Inhale, reach and straighten. Exhale down. Last one. Reach and straighten. And then exhale down. We're going to come into our peak pose now, which is going to be bound half moon. This one's pretty tricky. So it's kind of fun, a little bit of practice. So stop where you need to go. If you want to do regular half moon and you know half moon, that's totally fine. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. From here, take that right thigh to the right elbow to the right thigh and lift the left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Just like we did earlier, we're going to work that half bind. So the left arm is going to point towards the back of the room. Left arm comes behind the low back. From here, start to reach down. The right arm is going to come underneath your right thigh, and you're going to bind the hands behind the back. So this is maybe where a strap or something comes in handy where you can grab the hands. And then we're going to bring the gaze down towards the right big toe. From here, start to work that left foot in a little bit closer to the right, and we keep the gaze down. From here, we're going to see if we can lift the left heel off the floor. If we can, maybe we start to lift and hover the left toes off the floor, coming into bound half moon. If you're like, no, thank you, I'm not into this, you can always remove the hands from the bind and just take regular half moon. You're here for 5, 4, left toes are pointing towards the left side of the room with a flex foot. 2, 1, we're slowly release the hands from the bind. Let's make our way back to warrior two. Good, that's our fun pose for today. Flip the right palm, reverse your warrior, and then windmill the hands down. We're going to nice little break here. Step your right foot back, high plank, and then lower all the way down to your bellies this time. Just let your left ear come to the mat, hands come down by your side, palms slipping up. Breathe. And then just evening out the neck, lift the head up, bring the right ear to the mat, palms flipping up. See if you can slow down the breath. Bring your forehead back to the mat. Zip your toes together. Let the hands come down by your side, but this time let your palms touch the floor. We're going to do a few half locust poses, so keep the toes pressing down into the earth. And then just lift the chest off the floor here. Good. You're lifting from that low back, trying to reach the crown of the head towards the front of your mat. If you have any wrinkles in the back of your neck, just go ahead and smooth it out. Good. Lower the forehead back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big inhale, lift the chest off the floor. Press the palms, press the toes into the mat. And lower as you exhale. Last one. Inhale, lift up. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower. Nice work, everyone. Take the hands underneath those elbows. Spread the fingers wide. Flip those toes so that the tops of the toes are on the floor. Lift the knees off the earth. And then take a big inhale as you lift your belly off the floor. Exhale, push the floor away, high plank. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Alrighty, everyone, last little standing series here. We got this. Bring the gaze up to your hands, step, jump, or float all the way to the top of your mat. This time, keep those feet apart, about hips width distance. Inhale as you halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, forward fold. And then sit down into that big chair pose. Take your hands to heart center. Reach the right fingertips forward, left arm back, twist. Take both hands back to center. This time, start to bring all the way into that left thigh. Right heel's lifting off the floor. Maybe you can lift and hover the right foot off the mat, and then step the right foot back, coming into high lunge. Now adding our twist. Right fingertips come forward, left arm back, twist. And then reach the arms back up towards the sky. Let the hands come down to frame that right foot just for a second. And then right heel comes down to the floor. Make sure that left heel is in line with the right inner arch. You may have to adjust the feet a little bit. Keep left knees directly over that left ankle. And then windmill yourself all the way up to warrior 2. Okay, here's our play move for today. You know your options. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. And then take the left elbow to the left thigh, right arm reaching up towards the ceiling. So if you want the other version, which is just regular half moon, I'll show you quickly. You just keep the left fingertips down on the floor or a block and reach the right fingertips up. If you're going for the balanced half moon, which is our fun peak pose today, left elbow comes down towards the left thigh, right arm up. Now, right thumb points towards the back of your mat, right hand comes behind your low back, and then we have to see if we can get that left arm down and grab a hold of the arms. Good. You want to make sure that chest isn't dropping. Lift the chest up nice and high. Maybe bring the gaze up over the shoulder for just a second. And then look down at that left big toe. Slowly start to bring the right foot up just a little bit more. And then maybe we can lift the right heel off the floor. If we can lift the right heel off the floor, then maybe we start to bring even more weight onto the left foot. Maybe we start to hover right foot off the earth. Flex right toes wherever you are, whether you're in a half moon or bound half moon. And make sure right toes are pointing towards the right side of the room. 3, 2, 1. Slowly make your way out of that. Sink down into warrior 2. Beautiful. Flip your left palm, reverse. And then windmill the hands down to frame that left foot. Step your left foot back, high plank. Last chance for Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we get a little bit of a break here in child's pose. Let the knees come max width distance apart. Toes touch. Sit the hips all the way down towards the heels. Pausing here for a moment. And do whatever feels good for you here. So maybe you like to keep the hands extended above the head. Maybe you like to take the hands down by the heels. Sometimes it feels really nice to slowly rock the forehead a little bit left and right. And then wherever you are, let's just place the hands underneath the shoulders. Slowly rise up, taking your time here. We're going to do one more back bend today on our shins, which is going to be camel pose. So let's come up onto our shins. Maybe if your knees are a little bit sensitive and you're on a hard floor, take a blanket or some sort of towel underneath them, just to give you a little bit more support. And then walk the knees about halfway into the mat. Knees are directly underneath those hip points. So you don't want the legs together, you want them slightly separated. From here, flip the toes under so that the heels are pointing straight up towards the sky. And then take the hands to the low back. So the fingertips are going to be pointing down towards the floor. From here, start to lift the chest up. Maybe bring the gaze up. Maybe this is where you stay. If you want a little bit more, start to press the hips forward. Look back, gaze back, camel pose. Pin the elbows together. Lift the heart up. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift that chest up. And then flip those toes. Tops of the toes come back down to the floor. Sit the hips to the heels. Close the eyes. Feel the effects of the back bend. Remember to relax the shoulders here. And then go ahead and blink those eyes open. Sit the hips over to the right or the left and then swing the feet forward. Let the feet extend out in front of you. Again, the feet will stay hips width distance apart. Makes it a little bit more comfortable for our forward fold. And then just walk the hips back a little bit. Make sure that the bum, you're sitting right on those butt bones. And maybe you have a strap close by if you have not so flexible hamstrings. Slight bend of the knees here. Sit up nice and tall. Then reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Low bellies are in. Then start to forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Hands have to make contact with the feet. So maybe you grab your strap, a t-shirt, anything you have close by, and start to forward fold. If you can grab the feet, take the hands to the outer edges of the feet. Use the thumbs to press those big toes forward just a bit. And then reach the crown of the head towards those tippy toes, trying to lengthen out the back here. And then finally, again, you want to move those shoulders away from the ears. They love to creep up when you do forward folds. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Keep the hands where they are, and then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Take your right foot, bring it in towards the groin. Janu Shavasana. You're going to sit up nice and tall, just like we did. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Start to twist the torso so that it comes over that left thigh. And then take your forward fold again. So same options as before. If you can't grab a hold of your foot, no problem. You just grab a strap or a towel or a t-shirt, anything that you have. Reach it around that left foot. Move shoulders away from the ears, forehead working towards that left shin. Three more breaths. Keep the hands where you are. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, release. Good. From here, we're going to do bound angle pose. So I'll turn to face you. The soles of your feet will come together. Inhale, take a halfway lift, straight back, and then exhale, take your forward fold. Forehead working towards the toes. It's okay to round the spine just a little bit here. Sometimes it's nice to prop your bum up on a block or a towel or a pillow just to give you a little bit more height. Keep breathing here. For every inhale, you'll lengthen the back just a little bit. Every exhale, you fold just a little bit deeper. And then inhale, take your halfway lift, reach up, sit up nice and tall. Good. We're going to do our other side, one-legged forward fold. So extend that right foot towards the front of your mat this time. Left foot comes in. It's okay to have a slight bend in the right knee here. Totally okay. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Twist the torso over the right thigh, and then start to forward fold. Janu Shavasana. One-legged forward fold. So you're working the elbows in towards that right leg, moving the shoulders away from the ears, growing and lengthening the spine so that the crown of the head reaches towards the toes and the forehead comes to the right shin. 3 more. Keep the hands where they are. Inhale, take a big halfway lift. And then exhale, release. Nice work, everyone. We're going all the way down onto our backs to finish our practice off. Just bring your hips about halfway down the mat and then come all the way down. Keep your feet pressing into the floor and then just lower all the way down onto your back. Good. See if you can get those fingertips to touch the heels. So you may have to work the heels in a little bit more, make the bum come a little bit closer towards the heels. All 10 toes, both heels are sitting on the floor. And then take a big inhale, lift those hips straight up towards the sky. And then exhale, lower. Just a few bridge waves here. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift those hips up. Exhale, lower. Nice work, everyone. Hug both knees into the chest. Give them a nice big squeeze. Let the arms come out into a big T shape and then let the knees fall over towards the right side. Giving ourselves a nice spinal twist on our backs. Maybe you start to bring the gaze over your left shoulder. Just settling in here. And let's just switch sides, even out our back. Let the knees come into the chest. Even out the hips just a little bit. And then let the knees fall over towards the left side. So one thing we want to work on here is making sure that our knees don't drop down too far or come in too far to our chest. So we want our knees about hip height. Once we're at hip height, maybe you take a pillow underneath your knees too. That's okay. Bring the gaze over your right shoulder. Let knees come back in towards the body. Let's give ourselves one more big hug, squeeze. And then flex both feet. See if the hands can come to the outer edges of those feet. Happy baby pose. Kick those heels up towards the sky. Sway a little bit left and right. Good, and then you're going to take any last movements that you need before coming into our final pose this morning for Shavasana. Just go ahead and extend those feet towards the front of your mat. Hands come down by your side, palms flipping up. And then give your heart a little bit of a boost today by letting the shoulder blades gently roll underneath the heart. Relaxing all parts of your body, letting the backside just melt completely into the floor. Close those eyes. Breathe here. And deepen the breath. We'll be here for about 3 minutes. Let's slowly start to come out of this pose by deepening your breath. See if you can expand the belly nice and big on your inhale. And as you exhale, just pull the low belly into the low spine. And then start to make movements with the little toes and the fingers wiggling. Make circles with your wrists, your ankles. And let's take a nice big stretch. Reach those arms towards the back of your mat. Point the toes forward. Nice big stretch like you're reawakening this morning. And then just roll over to whichever side feels good for you. Coming into fetal position for about 15 seconds here. Keep the eyes closed if you can. And then press the palms into the floor. Let's come on up to a comfortable seat. So you can either come onto a pillow or onto a block. And we'll just finish with a nice big breath together before we fully start our day. Let's take our hands to the tops of our thighs, sit up nice and tall, relax our shoulders, and then finally take our hands to heart center. Eyes are closed. Push all the air out of the body. And then sip the air in. Big inhale. Exhale, side out. Gently blink the eyes open. Amazing work this morning, everyone. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. My name is Kate. I'm so happy we got to join and do this 50-minute Vinyasa flow together. If you have any questions, you could just type them in the little live thing or find me on social media and I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing day, amazing rest of your week, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you.